Attention, Bills Mafia! The roar of the crowd is rising. The winds of Buffalo are already whispering the names of our warriors. Can you feel it? That's the sound of the season closing in. The drums of battle are pounding. And even though there are still a few months to go, my heart is already beating to the rhythm of touchdowns. The fire is lit, the energy is in the air, and the Bills are more ready than ever to soar higher than they've ever flown before. Today, we're diving into the behind the scenes, exploring the buzz, the rumors, and the inside moves shaking things up, and trust me, a lot is about to go down. But before we dive into this storm of electrifying updates, smash that like button, but only if you've been riding with the Bills for at least 19 seasons. And for the legends who witnessed the glory days back in the 70s, much respect. You are the soul of this franchise. If you can, drop a comment right now. Go Bills! Let's come back stronger. Now buckle up, because I'm starting with a piece of news that's going to shake everything up. What if I told you that one of the Buffalo Bills' most exciting draft picks might not even show up to training camp? No, this isn't a drill. This isn't some off-season clickbait. This is a real concern unfolding right before our eyes. And Bills Mafia, you deserve to hear exactly what's going on. Because what started as a league-wide contract debate is now knocking on Buffalo's front door. The name in question? T.J. Sanders, the South Carolina standout selected 41st overall in this year's NFL draft. And there's a legitimate chance he may not report when Bills rookies arrive. That's not speculation. It's a pattern unfolding across the league. Here's what you need to know. As of June 27th, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter, only 2 of the NFL's 32 second-round draft picks had signed their rookie contracts. Just 2. Those names? Jaden Higgins of the Houston Texans and Carson Swissinger of the Cleveland Browns. Why only those 2? Because they received what every rookie dreams of, fully guaranteed contracts. That means every cent of their deal is locked in, regardless of performance, injuries, or off-field issues. And when that news broke, it triggered a domino effect throughout the league. Every second-rounder suddenly had a reason to pause, to wait, to hold out for more. This isn't just a slow negotiation, this is a movement. Now, let's tie this back to Buffalo. T.J. Sanders was taken 41st overall. If pick 55, Trey Harris of the Chargers, is already holding out, how long before Sanders follows suit? It's a fair question, and not just hypothetical. Harris is already skipping rookie training camp, according to Ian Rappaport, because his contract wasn't up to snuff in the guaranteed money department. So, if you're Sanders' agent, what are you thinking right now? Probably something along the lines of, if 55 is holding out, and my client went 14 spots earlier, then why shouldn't we demand more too? This isn't panic. This is pattern recognition. And if the pattern holds, the Bills could very well be looking at their promising defensive linemen not showing up when rookies report. Let's talk numbers. NBC Sports pointed out that last year's 33rd pick, Keon Coleman, signed a $10 million deal with 96% of it fully guaranteed. On the other end, the 64th pick only got around 52% guaranteed. Where does Sanders land? If the NFL's trend continues, he's probably asking for something in the ballpark of 80% guaranteed. And honestly, based on his college performance and draft position, that's not unreasonable. But here's the problem: precedent. NFL teams are historically reluctant to fully guarantee rookie contracts, especially second-rounders. Why? Because of risk, performance, injuries, and the wild card, off-field behavior. Want proof? Just look at the Cleveland Browns. Rookie running back Quinton Judkins was just arrested in Fort Lauderdale on domestic violence and battery charges. That's not just unfortunate, it's ammunition for front offices trying to justify why full guarantees are dangerous. If Judkins had a fully guaranteed deal, the Browns would be stuck. That's why teams hesitate, and that's why the Bills might dig in their heels with Sanders, even if he's a high pick. Let's not forget, Buffalo needs help on the defensive line. Sanders may not be projected to start day one, but he's got real potential to make an impact early. And let's face it, when you're drafted in the top 45, you're not just a depth piece. You're an investment, a big one the Bills clearly believe in. But belief doesn't pay the bills, literally. That's where this standoff might begin. And this is where things get really interesting. If Sanders gets a deal with 80% of his contract guaranteed, it won't just affect Buffalo. Picks 42, 43, 44, they'll all point to his contract and say, match that. He could be the domino that sets the new standard. But if the Bills stand firm and refuse to give in, then we're in for a prolonged standoff. It's important to remember, this isn't just a Buffalo Bills issue. This is systemic, league-wide, a collective push by second-rounders to redefine what they're worth. T.J. Sanders is just caught in the middle of it. But for us in Buffalo, that middle matters a lot. Because tomorrow, yes, tomorrow is when the Bills rookies report. And right now, there's no guarantee Sanders will be among them. Let that sink in. This isn't some camp body or late round flyer. This is your 41st overall pick, the one many fans were thrilled about, the one with the size, motor, and instincts to become a difference maker. And he might not be there when the clock starts ticking. So let's ask the question out loud. Are you worried? 2 weeks ago, maybe you weren't. Maybe this all felt like just another part of the negotiation game. But now, it's real. The holdouts have started. The financials are public. The timeline is urgent. If I had to rank the concern level, I'd say we've gone from a 2 to a 7. Fast. And here's the kicker. None of this is really TJ Sanders' fault. This is about league structure, about contract norms being challenged, about two teams, the Texans and Browns, deciding to go all in on full guarantees and setting a precedent the rest of the NFL wasn't ready to match. And now, teams like Buffalo are caught between two choices, hold the line or pay up. Bills Mafia, this story is far from over. The next 48 hours could be pivotal. Will Sanders report with the rookies? Or will he be the next second rounder to stand his ground and say, I want what I'm worth? We'll know soon enough. But in the meantime, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment down below. Should the Bills give Sanders 80% guaranteed? Or should they stand firm and protect the team's long-term financial health? Let me know what you think. And I'll see you in the next update as soon as this situation unfolds. Because here's where it gets even more critical, and I want you to lean in for this. What happens if the Buffalo Bills don't give in? Let's think bigger for a second. Let's say Brandon Beane and the front office decide to hold the line, to refuse an 80% guaranteed deal. Now you've got a second-round pick, your second-round pick, sitting out of camp. And it's not just any camp, it's rookie camp, the foundation, the baseline, the reps that shape how a rookie transitions into the league. If Sanders misses that, you're talking about a real setback in development. Chemistry with the coaching staff? Delayed. Familiarity with the scheme? Compromised. NFL speed? He won't get those live-action reads. And for what? A front office standoff on a percentage of guaranteed money? And here's the slippery slope. If Buffalo decides not to pay Sanders what others at or below his draft position might be getting, what message does that send to future draft picks? That Buffalo won't play ball when the stakes are high? That they'll dig in their heels even if the market shifts? This is the kind of crossroads that could ripple far beyond just the 2025 rookie class. Future agents will remember. Players will notice. And suddenly, the perception of Buffalo as a player-first organization could take a hit. Now let's flip the coin. Let's say the Bills decide to give Sanders 80% guaranteed. Maybe even a little more. Is that risky? Absolutely. Especially in a league where injury and unpredictability are baked into the sport. But if they do it, they could position themselves as forward-thinking, progressive, in tune with how the league is evolving. That might carry weight not just with this year's class, but with veterans looking at Buffalo as a potential free agent destination in the future. And remember, if Sanders does get this deal, it won't just affect the guys drafted right around him. It could create pressure on the entire second round to expect higher guarantees next year and the year after that. Buffalo could be either the catalyst of a new trend or the organization that tried to pump the brakes on it. Let's go back to Sanders himself. What do we know about the kid? He's not a diva.